two things we have to do. We have to always practice so we can then perform. And I've been watching this afternoon, and of course I watched it yesterday on my computer, Tom, and you've had so many great people telling them what to do in terms of practice.
Yeah.
Now they got to go take it and perform.
Right.
And I got lucky, and you've heard me tell the story time and again. When I started in real estate, I was 26. I'm turning 80, so it's been a few years, okay, that I've been doing this. But somebody asked me yesterday, how long are you going to keep doing this? I said, as long as I can talk and speak and somebody shows up. Because what I teach and what you teach just is common sense.
Yes.
What I said when I first started speaking full time, and that was, I think, 1975, BT, before Tom, okay? I said to every audience the same thing. If you learn to prepare by practicing your scripts all the time, and you've had so many great demonstrations out there.
Yes.
That if they can't leave here better prepared and can practice at a higher level, it's their own fault. Because you've got this great audience. The biggest challenge we have today is the market going up, staying flat, or going down. And the answer, it doesn't make any difference. If you are practicing and you're prepared, you're going to beat the market. So I guess the one thing that I keep saying to real estate people is keep practicing your scripts.
Yes.
I wrote scripts for myself back in 1974. I decided I wasn't going to deal with the rejection the business offered us because, my broker said, go knock on doors. And we were in Huntington Beach, California, so I would go out every day for the first week and knock on 100 doors a day because I had nothing else to do. I didn't have any buyers or sellers. So I prospected all day, and of course somebody would answer the door. I'd say, hi, my name is Mike. Do you want to sell your home? And what was the response? Tell me. They would say no every time. Well, after about 500 of those, I said, if I start my script with the different words to use, I probably won't get rejected. So then I started saying, when do you plan on moving? And it was always fun because they would look at me and they'd go, they wanted to say no, but they couldn't say it to the question I asked. So I practiced that script. When do you plan on moving? How long you lived at this address? Where did you folks move from? How did you happen to pick this area? And if you were to move, where would you go next? And Tom knows it as well as I do. And I practiced it every day. I would write that script 100 times every morning in my journal before I would start prospecting. So you know what to do. You know what to say. Now, when you leave here tomorrow at 4 o'clock, go do something. Because there is a lot of business to be done, and somebody's going to do it. You and I talk about this all the time. There's 1.5, 1.6 million real estate agents in the business today. 54%, Tom, did not do a deal probably in 5 years. And yet these are people that we have to be exposed to. So the first thing I tell people all the time is only a small percentage of that, say 700,000, are going to do 80% of the business. Let's make sure that you are one of the people that does the 80%. And that only comes from listening to him, hopefully paying attention to what we do today, this afternoon, and then going out and doing it on the street. So why don't we bring out the boys?
I love it. I love it. Grab a seat.
Yeah.
I have something fun. Michael and Steven, come out here. You're there. All right. So,
4 ferries.
wait, we could be a boy band.
Yes, I think.
Are we going to start singing? I'm in.
Yeah, you could dance. All right, so I say to my boys, you got a chance to ask Grandpa a couple questions about life and business. And I thought it would just be interesting to share this with you guys because, first of all, he's named, that's the real Mike Ferry. I think he still has that website. Steven was named after my best friend, the best man at my wedding, my co-founder of my business, Steve Belmonte. So there's a little family action going on here. you had like 11 questions. I narrowed it down to 2. You started with no questions. Now you have 32. I gave you 2. You got a chance to embarrass your grandfather or have fun on stage. But remember, he is like the Howard Stern, so just be careful. Fire away. What do you want to ask?
I think
Steven.
I'm the first one with this one. Yeah, as you know, I'm in my first year of real estate, and at times it could be honestly quite overwhelming. So I just was wondering, what advice do you have for me?
Spend all day prospecting and previewing a property. You have to do those 2 things, 7, 8 hours a day. And the reason why you prospect is you don't have enough business, so you have to prospect to get business. And the reason you preview property is you're going to list a lot of homes. And if you preview property, you understand neighborhoods and values and comps and what property should sell for. So if you spend 6 hours a day doing those 2 things, you'll be doing the speaking instead of Tom and I.
That's a good answer. Hurry up.
I'm trying, all right?
Well, with nearly 5 decades of experience in the real estate industry, how do you continue to stay motivated and strive for excellence?
It's my job. I made the decision, 50 years ago what I wanted to do in terms of a life career. And, I come from an old-fashioned German-Irish family, and my father was Irish, and he drank and smoked and partied and worked like a dog, okay? My mother is German-Norwegian, and she was a little tiny 5'2", and she outworked the entire family all the time. So the work ethic that I witnessed most of my growing up life was that you have a job to do your darn job every single day. So, people say to me, how do you stay motivated? I'm just staying motivated because I'm doing the job I'm meant to do. Somebody tapped me on the shoulder 50-some years ago and say, be a speaker. And I don't think I've shared this with you, Tom, but the first 500 talks that I did, because I've done 7,500 of these speeches in my career, the first 500, I never got paid.
Yeah.
I did it all for free, just to practice learning how to be a speaker. And even today, there's so many of the people that I saw today on the TV watching your program are way more talented in terms of their presentation style on stage. But I will tell you, there's nobody better at content than me, period. Okay? Well, I got a guy battling.
I was like, well, we'll talk about that tonight at dinner.
Yeah.
Steve.